May nothing prevent us from finding in him the source of our joy, true joy, which abides and brings peace. For it is Jesus alone who saves us from the snares of sin, death, fear, and sadness. That was the message of Pope Francis as he celebrated Holy Mass for Palm Sunday in St. Peter's Square. The rite began at the obelisk, where Pope Francis blessed olive and palm branches. In his homily, he recalled the entry of Christ into Jerusalem, reminding us that the Lord has not saved us by his triumphal entry or by means of powerful miracles. Rather, Jesus emptied himself of the glory of the Son of God, in order to be in solidarity with us sinners in all things, though he himself was without sin. Jesus lived among us, not as a king or a prince, but as a servant. We see the abyss of his humiliation, as the Pope said, in Holy Week. In the Passion, Jesus experiences betrayal, abandonment, atrocious violence, and condemnation. Jesus, the Pope said, also experiences in his own flesh indifference, since no one wishes to take responsibility for his fate. Pope Francis continued, I think of the many people, the many marginalized people, the many displaced persons, the many refugees, who also experience that kind of indifference. On the cross, Pope Francis said, Christ experiences the most sorrowful and shameful death, and even the mysterious abandonment of the Father. In his abandonment, however, Jesus prays and entrusts himself to the Father. Then, at the height of his humiliation, Jesus, tempted to come down from the cross, forgives his persecutors, and thus reveals the true face of God, who is mercy, taking upon himself all of our pain that he might redeem it. Even though God's way of acting may seem different from our own, we are called to choose his way, the way of service, of giving, of forgetfulness of ourselves, gazing upon the crucifix, the royal seat of God, to learn about the humble love which saves and gives life, so that we may give up all selfishness and the seeking after of power and fame.